Hi here, Finns here. Oh, there's a big black rainbow in my way. Oh. Hi here, Finns here. I am back for another video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I've had a nice week off after I finished all my jury reviews, and if you haven't watched them yet, there's a whole playlist on my channel, my YouTube channel, so go and check them out. My jury reviews, as if I was a jury member myself of all 40 entries, which is Eurovision 2022. Yes, now we've had a week of rehearsals, and yes, it's been quite a week, of rehearsals, of performances, and then today we had the nice turquoise carpet event, which was very nice, them all in their clothes, looking nice. So yes, in this quick little video, because I haven't got long tonight, I don't know if I'm working tomorrow morning, but I'm going to go through, I've seen the rehearsals, mainly the clips, and I'll go through overall who have been my growers, my disappointments, and my winners of the last week of first rehearsals that we saw on TikTok, and the second rehearsals, of course. And obviously the rehearsal schedules changed this year. Obviously the first rehearsals, everybody only saw them on TikTok, the press room was closed. I don't know why things had to change, why the press wasn't invited to go into the press centre. I think the EBU was doing something with TikTok. I think whoever came up with the idea of only showing the first rehearsals on TikTok, whose ever idea was to come up with that, deserves a PE45 in my opinion, because it was very, because I think, because not actually being there in Turin myself, it's so hard to get from what a performance is like, so you really have to wait until second rehearsals. So it's been a lot tougher this year. That's why I haven't done that much videos on the rehearsals, but I'm doing one here. Now I kind of know what every performance is basically like. So, let's start off with my growers, who really impressed me this week in the rehearsals with their staging. And the first one, I'm going for Ireland. Ireland really impressed me. Brooke has got stronger and stronger on every performance. Our girl has graduated. She has graduated. What I like about this is it's quite simple. It's not too over the top. It's just a simple dance routine, but executed very well. I love the love hearts in the background. Vocally she's on point, and the pyro at the right time. This looks really good, and you know what? This deserves a place in the final. I don't understand why the bookies are still at Ireland last place. You would think they would go up a little at least. Maybe that's track record, maybe they hate the Irish or something, but no, in semi-finals too, this deserves actually a place in the final. I'm kind of regretting that in my predictions of who will qualify in semi-final too. I kind of wish I put Ireland through now, because I'm kind of thinking, there's a place for this. This could do well, actually. People really like it, and I think it's hard to drag this song down. I think Brooke has really elevated this week, and I think she could well get a place in the final. Maybe. We shall see. Other growers this week? I'm surprised by Iceland. Iceland actually really grew on me. I think I like the lighting show in this more than the national final. I like the oranges kind of sunset kind of vibe. It's pretty much the same, but I like the water feature in the in the front. I say the background, you know what's in the background, but we'll come on to that a little bit later. And Switzerland's also grown me. I still don't know the song is strong enough to go forward, but actually Sacha Baron-Cohen has done a really good job with the graphics and on his face and the lighting. It's actually really nice, that little clip. Maybe he'll pull through, maybe not. I think Iceland and Switzerland are on the same level where they could make it, they might not. We shall see. Other growers this week, Cyprus. Cyprus really grew on me. Before going to rehearsals, I was kind of a bit on the fence. Will they be finishing 9th and 10th in the semi? Would they miss out? But then looking at the staging, I think I feel more confident to say they're going to go through now. Cyprus, with that whole shell and the colours and the dancing, it's really nice. I think Marvin Dietman's done another good job for Cyprus. He did well with El Diablo last year for Cyprus, and he's done well this year with Cyprus with Ella Ella. This is really great. This, I feel more confident will go through. Any other growers this week? I'm gonna say also what else has grown on me this week is Serbia. Weirdly. No, because I need to talk about Serbia, because this is an interesting one. Serbia is not one of my favourite songs. I don't get this fan wank, excuse my language, of this fan wank of people loving this, thinking it's going to win. I'm not one of those people. However, what I will say, this is definitely better than the national final. The lighting works better. The black sun works better in this, but we'll talk about that a bit later. But actually, I think also they're much more closer when the song ends as well, I recall as well. And yeah, I mean, the verses can still bore me to death. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not one song I'll play on repeat, but it's certainly one song I will never forget. Serbia, I kind of think, will a jury like this? That's the big question mark. Will a jury like it? And I've been, don't know. But I think they're going to go through down to the public. I'm not so sure about the jury, but we'll wait and see on that. Any other growers this week? I have to talk about Montenegro. Montenegro. We were kind of, weren't so sure with that little TikTok clip, but then most of us saw, in the press, the whole performance, and actually, it looks quite decent from Montenegro. I was worried we were going to be in for a disaster from Montenegro, but actually it looks really nice. I'm glad she didn't go too over the top with that outfit. I'm glad she looks stunning in that blue outfit. She's a blue peacock. I think she stands in the middle, the smaller stage, which actually works nice. And yeah, I think it actually, it's actually quite tasteful in a way. It's quite beautiful. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get Montenegro to the final, but I think Montenegro has still done a good job of what they can do with the song, and it isn't a complete disaster. So, well done to the Montenegro team, and Valanda on the turquoise carpet said a lot of things to some journalists that didn't like her song. Saying, you don't sing my high notes, you say I can't sing those high notes. She was shouting on that turquoise carpet today to some of those journalists. Awkward. Okay, and now it's time to move to my disappointments. But before I go to my disappointments, I need to talk about our beautiful black sun in the background. So basically, as you haven't heard probably before, there was on stage a nice big sun was supposed to beam colourful lights and move around the stage. Well, unfortunately, it broke before the rehearsal starts. I've been really. So unfortunately, that has actually played a factor to some of these stage shows from the countries, unfortunately, which is such a shame that this happens. I think Montenegro, they were going to apparently do so much more with the sun, and it's kind of broken, so that's quite disappointing. And that has affected some of the countries, but even with the black sun, it's interesting. Some countries have actually got with it with the Black Sun and worked around it. Others haven't so much. But in any case, let's talk about the disappointments. My first disappointment, Moldova. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of Moldova, but I always thought there could have been some hope. You know, this is Zudi's, they've been at the Eurovision before, they'd be creative with this Moldova we're talking about. The staging is very... I'm not a big fan of the staging. It just feels like 6 people that come off the street, you know, just sing a song and do a Moldovan dance. It feels very like a rehearsal, well, like a rehearsal, if you know what I mean. It doesn't feel professional. It just feels very cheap. And I don't know if Moldova couldn't afford a budget. They had a low budget to afford any props or anything. But yeah, it just feels very empty, and what I've seen, it just feels like 6 people that have no chemistry with each other just sing a song, you know, our act didn't arrive so you perform. It just feels a bit lost and empty. It really does, which is I think is fortunate, and I just don't think the song elevates. I was hoping they could have been a bit more creative, a bit more fun on stage. It just feels a bit, you know, here we go, do a thing, you know, you know. It's disappointing. Moldova could have done so much more with the staging. It's a missed opportunity. It's a missed opportunity. Other disappointments? Austria. Austria is not a complete disappointment, but the vocals. I think what happened in the rehearsals is the backing vocalists are way too high. Pia Maria, she's really trying, bless her, but, you know, something with the sounds not mixing. And Lumac shouting, "Come on, Europe!" It can come across cringy. This ain't, you know, Austria is still within a chance of qualifying, don't get me wrong, but they really need to really sort out the sound, otherwise they could be not in the finals this year, which is a shame, because we need it, because we've got so many ballads, so many mid-tempo songs. We kind of need this song in the final, but, you know, we need the vocals as well. Any other disappointments that I want to talk about? North Macedonia was a bit of disappointment for me. It's not the worst Macedonian or former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, now known as North Macedonian, staging ever, but I think they could have done with a bit more. It's just Andrea standing there and singing the song. There's not a moment. There's not a crescendo. There ain't a climax. You know, I needed more from this as well. And Estonia was actually a bit of disappointment. You know what, out of all the songs in the semi-final 2 now, I'm thinking, I'm kind of forgetting about Estonia a little bit. And I think what hurts it is the Black Sun. Because Hope, when they do the LED of the bright, it's a bright song. Hope, bright colours. And then you got a big black rainbow of death, you know, in the middle of it. And it doesn't really work, which is a shame. And I don't know, I just kind of feel the staging also looks a bit empty, I say. I'm happy they got rid of the cowboys, but it's just Stefan running around the stage now, which I don't know. It'd be interesting to see more in camera cuts and that, because it could come across empty, and I worry it will come across empty on TV. And I don't know. One final disappointment, Germany. I just don't know. I don't get why the instruments are on stage and Malik's the only one playing them all. And the carpet on the floor. I don't get it. I think it's definitely going to be one that I need to see the whole performance on. But right now, I'm just not feeling the vibe of Germany. I just feel like it's a bit empty or something. It just feels a bit weak on stage. I think Malik is still vocally on point, don't get me wrong, but I don't get all these cluttered instruments he has to play, like play this and then, you know what I mean? Marvin Dietman did the staging for Germany, and I kind of go, he did the staging for this, and he's done the staging for Cyprus, and like, okay. Winners. Let's talk about the winners quickly and finally. Who were the biggest winners out of these rehearsals? Ukraine really was beautiful, I have to say. those eyes on the LEDs, them walking down. They picked a really good clip for that rehearsal clip to show us all. I mean, it's so elevated to a high. It really is. It's just so beautiful how they've done it, and it's really grown on me as well. Really tasteful, really well done. Ukraine, it's Jamala, remember Jamal in 2016, before that one, people were thinking, can they win? Can she win? And then we saw her on the Eurovision staging. Oh yeah, she can win with that staging. So, so yeah, Kalush Orchestra, that's really elevated. Ukraine, does a really good job. I think Spain has really elevated, that reaction in the press centre when she performed, she was fire. I mean, she's Lenny Ferrero 50.0 by now. But this is Spain, not Cyprus we're talking about. She was really great. She is definitely going to get Spain's best result in like 50 years, probably, if not win. I mean, this is fantastic. The choreography is still on point, the vocals are still on point, and she elevates so high. And Greece, really, her vocals are so good, so strong. I think she could still win her semi-final, yeah. And I like the idea with the broken chairs, and she's singing on the only non-broken chair. And those vocals, though, she is on point. The jury scores are going to be high for Greece. Greece, I think, are definitely going to win semi-final one now. I feel more confident. Maybe Ukraine, but Ukraine could be a televote winner. I don't know about a jury winner. Greece can cut through both. And I think in semi-final 2, I still think Sweden, Poland, Australia, but probably Sweden. So yeah. And finally, one more country to talk about, and it's an important country to me. United Kingdom. I was pleasantly surprised by my own country's staging. We're in the Crystal Maze for some reason, but it's actually quite charming. Very nice, it's a big prop. It reminds me when Lucy Jones had a big prop and it really worked. This really looks really lovely. Sam's vocals have been always on point. People have really warmed to this, and I didn't realise people were going to warm to this as much as I thought it was going to be. This is really fantastic. This is really great. My only concern with the UK staging is, why electric guitar? Really? Do we need it? Like, seriously? But I guess it is something new, You could say that might make a moment on stage. I don't know, we didn't see it in the rehearsal clip. But, I'm on the fence about that electric guitar. But the big prop on stage, that's good. Word on UK, word on Tap Music, and word on BBC, I'm proud of my entry. I think my country is going to get one of the best results in years. And, yeah. Oh, my goodness, I don't want to jinx it, but... Oh, it's just so dense. I don't know where we're going to finish, but yeah. Really happy, really looking forward to it. And yes, that is what I think of the rehearsals this week. And now we're going into semi-finals. The jury show for semi-final 1's tomorrow, and the first semi-final is on Tuesday night. I am looking forward to it. I am so excited, so nervous, but I cannot wait. I'm ready for the show. Oh my goodness, we're going to see the host on Tuesday, Mika! I cannot wait to see Mika host. Big girls, you are beautiful. Yeah. They actually filmed that music video in Croydon. Fun fact. Anyway, I digress. In any case, who were your growers, your disappointments, and your winners of the rehearsals? Who do you still think is going to win Eurovision 2022? Comment down below in the comment section below, like and subscribe this video, and I will be back for more very soon. Goodbye people, goodbye!